We're reading the Aleph base book. We're on Niddah. A1. A woman with an abnormally heavy menstrual flow will talk a lot to lessen the flow. She should refrain from appearing beautiful in public, bathe in spring water, and not overly exert herself, and her husband should perform the mitzvah of hand washing meticulously. She should also avoid getting angry and give charity after her ritual immersion. And her husband should study tractate Niddah. Afterwards, recite the daily psalm, and she should wash herself with things brought up from the river's depth, and drink goat's milk, scrub herself with the brush of a goat's hair when bathing, and perfume herself with frankincense. 2. A woman whose menstrual flow is heavy should write down the word lo echad and carry it around with her. 3. When a woman is promiscuous, her menstrual cycle becomes irregular and she experiences an abnormally heavy flow. 4. When a woman's menstrual period is begun by an unexpected show of blood, it is because of the sin that her husband has committed. B1. A woman who has no menstrual cycle should fast. 2. Hospitality is a segula for restoring a woman's menses. 3. When a person's livelihood comes from the business he does with Gentiles during their holiday season, or even other times of the year, but involves his doing something that strengthens the worship of idolatry, his wife's menstrual flow will begin soon after her ritual immersion. A fall, Nephila. A1. In some cases, a person falls from his level when he reaches old age. 2. When one is appointed to be a tax collector, he falls from his level. 3. Jealousy causes one to fall from his level. 4. A person's jealousy keeps him from progressing steadily. At times, he is able to pray fervorously and study diligently, while other times prayer and Torah study are a heavy burden for him. 5. One who blunders with his words, and certainly one who is unable to express them with his usual fluency, clearly will see his livelihood diminished. He is in need of much loving kindness and salvation in order for Hashem to provide him with livelihood. 6. One makes his yearning for something evident through an oath. 7. When a person stumbles and falls, it is because he feels secure in his sinful behavior. 8. When you wholeheartedly begin performing some mitzvah, you will complete it unharmed. 9. One who falls from his fear of God clearly lacks pure fear in the first place. 10. A person's lust for money causes him to fall from his level. 11. Guarding against stealing, swearing, and falsehood will keep you from falling from your level. 12. When a person prays in a congregation that also includes some wicked individuals, they sometimes bring him down. A segula for preventing this is to raise one's hands heavenward while praying. 13. A person who loses his religious fervor because he despises the tzaddik. 14. The tzaddik who guides people truthfully will not fall from his importance. 15. Anyone who receives honor despite his attempts to flee from honor will certainly not descend or fall from prominence. 16. By attaching oneself to the tzaddikim, a person ensures that he will not fall from his level. B1. A person falls while walking because his guardian angel has left him. 2 to 3. Whoever desires a non-Jewish woman clearly will suffer some downfall, or some illness will befall his wife and children. Obscene language. A1. Whoever speaks obscenities clearly has been thinking sinful thoughts. 2. Obscene language leads to flattery. 3. Because of the sin of obscene language, suffering and harsh decrees are renewed. The young men of Israel die, God forbid, and orphans and widows cry out, but are not answered. 4. Even if a signed verdict for 70 years of good life turn to evil when one uses obscenities, the bowels of hell are also deepened for him. In this fate also awaits a person who hears obscenities spoken but remains silent. 5. Speaking obscenities is even worse than carrying out the act. Benefiting from others. A1. Even though the money that a tzaddik receives from an evil individual might be stolen money, the tzaddik is permitted to accept it. This is so that this individual does not find himself some wicked scholar to call a tzaddik. Give him the money and then oppose the true tzaddik. 2. Once it became common practice to take gifts from others, the human lifespan grew shorter. 3. Never embarrass a person who has once done you a favor. 4. One who employs a heavy hand in exercising authority over the Jewish people will eventually become dependent upon others. 5. A person who works for the good of people may benefit from them, and they should assist him. 6. By accepting favors from a fellow Jew, you will share in his suffering for his sins. 7. One who refuses to accept money from others will merit raising all his children. 8. A king may collect his expenses from the people. 9. A person should work at some means of livelihood so that he will not in the end be forced to terminate his Torah study. 10. It is like stealing when one outright requests the reward he deserves. 11. The entire world turns dark for one who envies another's possessions. His life is no life at all. 12. Only one with a neshama can derive pleasure from the sense of smell. B1. The labor of one's own hands is so great that it saves a person from murder. 2. Whoever despises gifts has no fear of being labeled. Song. B1. When the fame of the tzaddikim spread in the world, new songs are composed. 2. The Levites had a particular song of each day of the week. Nowadays, being in exile, we no longer remember these tunes. Yet, whenever some tragedy befalls any nation, it revives the particular tune of the Levites that countered this misfortune. 3. Tunes that contain the sound of weeping have the ability to free captives, as in he releases prisoners at the most opportune time. 4. From the songs a person sings, one can tell if he has dedicated himself to Torah study. 5. Drinking rouses a person to sing and play musical instruments, whereas eating does not. This is because in the wilderness the Jewish people sang the praise of God over the well, but not over the manna. A test. B1. God tests a person in order to then grant him importance and fame. 2. When a person wants to inspire others to serve Hashem, but lacks the requisite level of righteousness and has no ancestral merit, he should avoid being tested. He should particularly keep from rousing the jealousy of the wicked. 3. When a person controls his evil inclination, his children do not follow evil ways. Because of this, his money is plentiful, and consequently, he will not come to be tested. An eternal flame. B1. In reward for keeping a flame of olive oil burning constantly, people are spared from a decree of forced conversion.